Who here is like known for something that, Dub, what are you known for?
Nah, shit, being DDG's brother.
Okay, nice. Well, in that
Like, bro, if you don't, like, at that point, I could see why you a content creator. It's cause you dick sucking, my nigga. That's
he started with 0 subscribers, 0.
right.
He actually started with 0 videos. All he did was post YouTube shorts. That's all he did. And they were really good. I'm talking, he was getting 2 million views a short, 2 million views a short, 1 million views a short. Really, like, to me, super interesting content. If you're anywhere in the niche, then this type of content that you would want to watch.
Right.
His first YouTube video, I took the screenshot a couple weeks ago. It had 680,000 views in 2 weeks. It is over 1 million now. His first YouTube video, 1 million views.
It's rare though to translate.
It-
Shorts and long form don't translate as good.
But it does on YouTube. So we'll talk a little bit about that. YouTube Shorts translates to YouTube videos really well now.
No, it does. It really does.
You're wrong.
Yeah, no, she's wrong for sure.
I'm not saying that I'm right. I just say I disagree. I've been doing this for 12 years, and I have built so many different pages. And I'm not saying it doesn't work for him. I'm just saying I feel like I disagree that it works for him.
We'll circle back to it at the end of the talk because I'm going to explain a few other concepts, okay? Okay, so when
I
it
respect
comes
it
to
though.
short form,
I
this
respect
actually
her
doesn't
giving
apply
her
to this in
opinion.
general. You need some sort of hook, okay? I'm going to say something, and it's going to sound a little pseudo and like theoretical, but it's not. It's very, very practical. Do you guys have like an idea of what your audience wants to watch?
No,
Now we're
if I'm
talking.
being honest.
Being able to like put yourself in your audience shoes is the biggest superpower content creator have.
To be honest, what the fuck?
The same way that being able to put your
To be honest, I really only make videos based off of stuff that I like to watch. So I figured if I like to watch it, other people's gonna like to watch it too. You know what I'm saying? So that's just, that's just usually how I do it. But if, you know what I'm saying, you get some decent advice, then shoot,
yourself
writing it down
in
for sure.
a customer's shoes is the best power a business can have. If you don't have an idea of what your community wants to see, you're going
Right.
to airball a lot of shots. It don't mean you can't airball some shots. You're not going to hit everything. But having a good hook is a good premise. So like, I'm gonna show some examples of hooks that I think are really good in different ways, and then you can start to think about how you can apply that to your content. The reason why I say that is because when it comes to short form, if you don't have a good hook, you're setting yourself up for failure. You only have a certain amount of time to capture somebody's interest. So what I would like to present is next time you're scrolling short form, next time you're even watching long form YouTube videos, I want you to think about what you're thinking about while you're watching it. What about it specifically is interesting? You will start to pick up a lot of strategies from the stuff you like that you could apply into your own content. Goodness gracious, Pudgy. No shirt, bro? All right. Dub, you can't sit in this front row. You gotta find somewhere else. Hey, quiet down, please.
Hey, listen. This is Professor of the Year of Class of 2025. This is one of the most important classes on our campus.
Kai, get the fuck on somewhere, bro. I'm trying to learn.
Please listen. United Elementary, you see people walking, we don't gotta talk to them waving enough in Jordan.
What'd he say?
Listen. United Elementary, you see people walking, we don't gotta talk to them waving enough in Jordan.
Bro, on my life, he just spoke gibberish just now.
Please listen. United Elementary, you see people walking, we don't gotta talk to them waving enough in
You see people and you allowed to talk to them. We ain't got
Jordan.
nothing, Jordan. What? If people sneak in, then you're not allowed to talk to them, I'm assuming. Bro,
Made it.
We don't gotta be waving at people coming in late.
They came in late. I made sure to shop.
Pay attention,
early.
please. Go ahead.
Thank you, Dean Sinet. If you're really popular on a platform, like some of you guys, like Alyssa, you have a face that people have seen on TikTok a lot, you can use your face as the hook. You know what I'm saying? If you look at a lot of A&P videos, we just use our faces as the hook. So like if, for example, who here is like known for something that, Dub, what are you known for?
nah, shit, being DDG's brother.
Okay, nice. Well, in that instance,
I
you can
know
use
somebody ain't just say DD for being DDG's brother.
your face in certain contexts that apply to that, right? If somebody thinks you're really knowledgeable with money and you're doing a money topic, sometimes your face is gonna be the thing that hooks people. So, it doesn't have to be like a big thumbnail with a fucking red circle,
I don't get. I don't get what he means by that.
Having a son and food now. Brother.
Okay, nice. Well, in that instance, you could use your face in certain contexts that apply to that, right? If somebody thinks you're really knowledgeable with money and you're doing a money topic, sometimes your face is gonna be the thing that hooks people. So, you know, it doesn't have to be like a big thumbnail with a fucking red circle, you know?
So show your face in the thumbnail. Okay.
And then like you just have to, well, we'll explain a little bit later, but it just has to be like an itch that you can hook. So I got a couple examples here. I'm gonna show you the good example first. Hopefully it works. There we go. Yeah, let me turn this motherfucker up.
Yeah, turn it up, Agent. Lacking.
Well, after making his apologies and claiming that he missed breakpoint, I thought we were done there, but the very next race I found myself next to him again. This time I'm driving a McLaren and in a tight battle of my own, getting squeezed onto a curb before making a move around the outside of another. Unfortunately, I get a poor exit after he taps me on the rear, putting me into the snapping jaws of the cars behind. Suddenly I find myself defending from 4 different drivers and start weaving to avoid giving a tow.
Okay, so that's an example of that's a very activating short. I can sit down and explain to you guys all the reasons why, the angles, the voiceover, where he threw it to, where he got it back. But then you could compare that, a short that got like 1 million views, to this short, which is the same concept. Is somebody that crashed into him.
Okay.
Don't you do it, don't you do it. You mother. Mother. I make it.
So it's the same concept. He did the same thing. They both had the same experience. Somebody hit him. He was playing a racing game, somebody hit him. One guy went through the effort of getting all these cinematic shots, making sure you had no chance for your attention to get lost. Another person just played a clip. There's levels to this.
What if you don't have editing skills like that?
You gotta find editing skills. And so like, I will say, we're gonna get to it in a little bit, but a lot of the skills you hire for are actually things you should know. One, you're gonna know if someone's scamming you, if you know how it's done. But then 2, on top of that, if they're not available and for some reason you need to get down and dirty, you should know how to edit a video, you should know how to edit a short, you should know how to do all the things you hire for. That's why I know how to make lotion and shit, as the tone guys here. So I would like to say it's not always success and you always have to be trying stuff. So even the biggest streamers in the building, they miss sometimes. You can do some stuff that doesn't hit all the time, but you should always be applying the principles. So I started a gaming page. In my head, I know what does that mean. The gaming page is at what? 200, it's like at 30,000 subscribers right now. It's performing well, views per video, but I'm not farming subs enough. What should I do in that instance? Lean into shorts. So not only am I posting YouTube shorts consistently now, but I also created a gaming Instagram so I could apply more shorts. And there's actually a pretty good conversion between Instagram Reels and content off platform. Instagram is actually maybe the most underrated thing in content right now. So let me give you a couple examples of hooks. This is
chat. Does that make sense to you?
But then
Let's get back a little bit.
One guy went through the effort of getting all these cinematic shots, making sure you had no chance for your attention to get lost. Another person just played a clip. There's levels to this.
What if you don't have editing skills like that?
You gotta find editing skills. And so like, I will say, we're gonna get to it in a little bit, but a lot of the skills you hire for are actually things you should know. One, you're gonna know if someone's scamming you, if you know how it's done. But then 2, on top of that, if they're not available and for some reason you need to get down and dirty, you should know how to edit a video, you should know how to edit a short, you should know how to do all the things you hire for. That's why I know how to make lotion and shit, as the tone guys here. So I would like to say it's not always success and you always have to be trying stuff. So even the biggest streamers in the building, they miss sometimes. You can do some stuff that doesn't hit all the time, but you should always be applying the principles. So I started a gaming page. In my head, I know what does that mean. The gaming page is at what? 200, it's like at 30,000 subscribers right now. It's performing well, views per video, but I'm not farming subs enough. What should I do in that instance? Lean into shorts. So not only am I posting YouTube shorts consistently now, but I also created a gaming Instagram so I could apply more shorts. And there's actually a pretty good conversion between Instagram Reels and content off platform. Instagram is actually maybe the most underrated thing in content right now. So let me give you a couple examples of hooks. This is an example of a hook where the caption is what makes you intrigued in the content. I mean, I don't want to sign in, so. I think it's just the internet, to be honest with you. Hook where the caption is what makes you intrigued in the content.
All right, y'all. So basically, what he was saying was like let's say your watch hours is good. Let's say you got a decent amount of views and you're pretty happy with it, right? But let's say you're not happy with the amount of views you get uh versus the amount of subs per view that you get on the video. You see what I'm saying? So you're saying to start like easier method, or at least a simpler method for farming subs, you know what I'm saying, is to start applying shorts, and then from the shorts, just download the shorts. Mind you, you could do this with a phone. Like, just download the short that's on YouTube, you know what I'm saying, or that you post it to YouTube or TikTok or whatever. Download it onto your phone and then post it to every other platform that you have, like Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Twitter, shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Now, I wonder what I hope he gets into um how many social medias should one start with? You know what I'm saying? Cuz so far I got Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Discord, and Facebook and shit. But I don't have Twitter, and to be honest, I really hate Twitter. I think it's just a cesspool of toxic ass people. I'm not going to, not even people, toxic ass children. I ain't even finna hold you. Like, I feel like everybody on Twitter is a child. I'm not gonna hold you. Like, and it's hard not to see it that way when you look in the comments. Like, man, such a shame. But I hope he
I
dwells into
mean,
that.
I don't want to sign in, so. I think it's just the internet, to be honest with you. Yeah, so first of all, that's prosthetics. It's not my real forehead. So.
And he said, no, that shit look real.
Okay, but the premise is that once you read the caption, the bouncer says no hats, you got no choice but to fucking stick around to see why the caption says that. The caption make you want to stay to the end. And you obviously can see the hat, and just, it's implied that I'm gonna review the hat, but by the time you finish it, you're like, damn, that was so crazy. Maybe I watch it again. Now you loop somebody. Now you get mad watch time. Feel me? So this is an example of an Instagram mural that we posted like last week that performed pretty well. Yeah, what's that?
So a lot of my videos have POV, like you're 27 and single, so you're going on a solo date. Like I'm known for my mukbang and solo date. Do you think POV is like important? If you think that's why the videos are hitting so much, because POV is so relevant?
It is impossible to answer without knowing your audience. It is like super audience specific. So I would have to look at your specific audience and see why something may or may not hit. Because something that hit for you might not hit for the next person. Feel me? So this is a thumbnail hook where the actual thumbnail, the content of the thumbnail.
I do believe what he's saying does have some sort has some sort of truth in it for sure. I feel like that question that he asked has some sort of truth in it for sure.
Thumbnail is
just for how relevant it is right now in the moment.
What makes you want to watch. So this is a clip that I deadass posted. I repost it like every 3 months. But it was the intro I did for a 48-hour stream where I came down, rappelled from the ceiling. But you don't have to know any of that. It says craziest Twitch intro. Why is it so crazy? Well, why is this guy rappelling from the roof? So it adds like some interesting appeal. Who this applies for is anybody that watch streams. Why is this better than any Twitch intro I've seen before? It might not even be the best, but it's a unique one. It's unique enough to where every time I post it, it does well. I repost it like every 3 months. But in my opinion, like now you're using a thumbnail, you're using a caption, you could use somebody's face. You could even use the, what do you call it, the description in the bottom of it to interest people. So like, don't waste space. Everything they see could be another reason they discard your content, right? Think about the way you consume content. You be scrolling. You're not paying attention to nobody. You scroll. It could be someone you fuck with. You might scroll past it. So it's not enough to know people. It's not even enough to make good content. You deadass have to have the whole package. You know what I'm saying? Like once they watch the video, it has to be a good video, but you also have to package it to make it look like a real video if you want people to stick around.
So when you making certain videos, you have to pay attention to the analytics to see how it's performing, to see what works better for you.
Yeah, that's true. We'll get into that a little bit more, but that does apply. Yes, you're correct. So this is like, to me, this is obvious, but there's a chance that you might not already be doing it. So let's say you're in fashion, right? Let's say you're in gaming. There's really no planet you shouldn't be on TikTok, you could type in gaming, you could click the 3 dots, you can click filter, you can go by like count, and you can go this week or this month. If you don't know what's popping in your genre, in your field on TikTok in the last 2 weeks, you genuinely don't care about your job. That's what it feels like, because if this was any other context, you would pay attention.
What is that?
You can click filter, you can go by like count, and you can go this week or this month. If you don't know what's popping in your genre, in your field on TikTok in the last 2 weeks, you genuinely don't care about your job. That's what it feels like, because if this was any other context, you would pay attention. If you were an athlete, you would kind of pay attention to the stuff you put in your body. If you're a streamer, you should pay attention to the content that's performing. This is part of the job. Yeah, can we quiet down, please? So if you haven't been doing it, make it a habit. In fact, what I like to do is I literally create a separate TikTok, a separate YouTube, where the only thing I do on it is research. Okay. So the algorithm specifically feeds me interesting, unique, creative stuff, because that's the only thing I consume on it. So I don't watch my usual videos on there. I specifically use it.
Bro, my nigga, go back to the board. I'm trying to see what it says.
Get a little bit more, but that does apply. Yes, you're correct.
Trend tracking. Okay.
Usual videos on there, I specifically use it just to see what's hitting, what's working. Not just for stuff in your bubble. Genuinely, you'll have so many bangers if you start looking at other bubbles. You know what I'm saying? It's interesting though. Like, there are French streamers with 40,000 live viewers that you've never heard of. There are Spanish viewers with 50,000 live viewers you've never heard of. It's not that they're not big, they're just not in your bubble. There's a lot of stuff happening. It's not happening in this bubble. You guys are in this Stream University bubble. It's mad shit happening in the world. If you're not paying attention to all of it, you're missing out tremendously.
So, like, who are your favorite underrated streamers or creators that a lot of people don't know about, but that you're like, they're raw and they have a lot of potential?
Alyssa, I think she's fire over there. Suburb's hilarious. Chibu didn't make it here. I wish he got picked, but Chibu's
Suburb
really
is
funny
funny.
to me.
I'm kind of glad he did get shout out.
Okay. Did you want me to say you? Okay. You're pretty great too. Yeah. Yeah, I love your content. Yeah.
That nigga lying.
All right. So I would like to say, there's a good. Okay. Certain things you can't learn without trying. It's facts, right? I mean, sure, somebody could tell it to you, but sometimes actually experiencing it hits harder. So the YouTube Shorts to YouTube videos is undefeated. First of all, YouTube Shorts is just the best way to get subs on YouTube, okay? And you might be saying, like, this is Stream University. Why is he talking about YouTube and short form so much?
YouTube Shorts translate really well to video. Instagram Reels is OP, especially if you have an existing audience. That is also true. TikTok is OP if you do not have an audience. Facebook Reels is underrated, especially if you have an older audience. Okay.
It is impossible.
But see, that's kind of hard to really know if you got an older audience or not. You know what I'm saying? Because on accounts, like, what child is really gonna put that they're under the age of 18? You see what I'm saying? Like,
to go as a streamer, okay? I don't know if you noticed. You will not grow as a streamer by streaming more hours. In fact, you won't even grow as a streamer by making good content. You will only grow as a streamer if you're making good content and people can see it on all the platforms. You know what I'm saying? So it don't matter how funny your clip was today. If niggas not clipping it on Twitter and the TikTok's not sharing it, then, I mean, nobody saw it. Your audience saw it, but they're already watching you. You feel me? So get in the habit of trying to share some of the stuff that's happening, not just on stream. The grind is not just more hours on stream. This is very prehistoric mindset, okay? The grind is having a moment and then finding ways to share it with everybody. So streaming.
What is he talking about, though? Like,
Chibu didn't make it here. I wish he got picked, but Chibu's really funny to me.
Okay, so not me. Okay.
Yeah, not me. Yeah, I love your content, yeah.
What about this guy?
All right, so I would like to say, there's a good, certain things you can't learn without trying. It's facts, right? I mean, sure, somebody could tell it to you, but sometimes actually experiencing it hits harder. So the YouTube Shorts to YouTube videos is undefeated. First of all, YouTube Shorts is just the best way to get subs on YouTube, okay? And you might be saying, like, this is Stream University. Why is he talking about YouTube and short form so much? It is impossible to go as a streamer, okay? I don't know if you notice. You will not grow as a streamer by streaming more hours. In fact, you won't even grow as a streamer by making good content. You will only grow as a streamer if you're making good content and people can see it on all the platforms. You know what I'm saying? So it don't matter how funny your clip was today. If niggas not clipping it on Twitter and the TikTok's not sharing it, then, I mean, nobody saw it. Your audience saw it, but they're already watching you. You feel me? So get in the habit of trying to share some of the stuff that's happening, not just on stream. The grind.
What does he mean by sharing the stuff that's happening?
You will only grow as a streamer if you're making good content and people can see it on all the platforms. But they're already watching you. You feel me? So get in the habit of trying to share some of the stuff that's happening, not just on stream. The grind is not just more hours on stream. This is very prehistoric mindset, okay? The grind is having a moment and then finding ways to share it with everybody. So streaming, you essentially now are a content creator. You're not a streamer no more. It's a full-on content creator. What's that?
So how do you like do it as to like, you said that people are in their own levels. How do you like get out of those levels? Like for instance, Speed, right? He has a big fan base because he gets out of his level. So how do you make it so you're out?
To be honest, what I think I'm gonna do, right, is all right, I'm just gonna tell you guys what I'm gonna write down, right? So it says short, and then under short it says YouTube, and then under that there's an arrow that's gonna be pointing to like two different side notes. My fault. So one of the side notes is gonna say when editing YouTube video, when editing YouTube video, find and edit short form content. Right? So it says when editing YouTube, find and edit short form content. So like find a clip basically, and then edit that clip while since I'm already editing the full length video. See what I'm saying? And then from there, let's see, each of my videos is at least 20 minutes long, right? 20 minutes on average. There should be at least three to 5 clips in there that I could turn into like short form content. So 3 to 5, hold on, let me. 3 to 5 clips per full length video. And this is how I reached 59 subscribers so quickly on my other account. It was because like I had a whole like schedule from day to day, and on top of that I wasn't working at the time, so it was a lot easier. But because I was treating like, since I wasn't working, I'm like, oh yeah, I gotta do something productive any damn way. And when I mean my other account, I mean my art account, but I'm like, I gotta do something productive. So I created a schedule that I was gonna do every day that I wasn't working, which was only like 2 weeks, but still in those 2 weeks I got 59 subscribers, which is more than I got on here, and I'm on my like second month, you know what I'm saying? But it was because I was posting so many shorts. But anyways, like yeah, I was like doing a lot of research, a lot of research, you know what I'm saying? But that was because like I feel like it was easier though because I was doing shorts, and now that I'm doing full length content, it's a little different. So it's kind of like I gotta restart all over again to figure out how to up my audience and up my skill level when creating full length videos and editing and shit like that, you know, because my favorite part about content is the editing part. I love being able to create, like, that shit is so fire to me.
How do you get?
All right, so short YouTube, when editing YouTube video, edit short form content. Okay, and then what was gonna be the other spinoff? Let's see.
The clip was today. If niggas not clipping it on Twitter and the TikTok's not sharing it, then I mean nobody.
Schedule. That's what it was.
Nobody saw it. Your audience saw it, but they're already watching you. You feel me? So get in the habit of trying to share some of the stuff that's happening, not just on stream. The grind is not just more hours on stream. This is very prehistoric mindset, okay? The grind is having a moment and then finding ways to share it with everybody. So streaming, you essentially now are a content creator. You're not a streamer no more. It's a full-on content creator. What's that?
So how do you like do it as to like, you said said that people are in their own bubbles. How do you like get out of those bubbles? Like for instance, Speed, right? He has a big fan base because he gets out of his bubble. So how do you make it so you're on?
How do you get out of your bubble? You just have to make an effort to consume different types of content that you may not particularly be interested in. It could be in a different language, it could be in a different font, but you just have to make a serious effort to, you won't leave it by accident. If you let your algorithm, it'll keep you in that bubble because that's the stuff
Why the fuck did I look so dark? What the hell? Am I tripping? No, I look dark.
Historic mindset, okay? The grind is having a moment and then finding ways to share it with everybody. So streaming, you essentially now are a content creator. You're not a streamer no more. It's a full-on content creator. What's that?
So how do you like do it as to like, you said that people are in their own bubbles. How do you like get out of those bubbles? Like for instance, Speed, right? He has a big fan base because he gets out of his bubble. So how do you make it so you're on?
How do you get out of your bubble? You just have to make an effort to consume different types of content that you may not particularly be interested in. It could be in a different language, it could be...
Isn't Agent's YouTube channel just him, like, reacting to videos? Don't he got a reaction channel? Like, but I mean, he does also do IRL streams too. I don't know, maybe he's more of a... I don't watch streams, so I'm gonna keep it a bean with you. I got too much shit to do. Okay, but, yeah, maybe he streams more than he posts on YouTube.
In a different font, but you just have to make a serious effort to, you won't leave it by accident. If you let your algorithm, it'll keep you in that bubble because that's the stuff you like. You just have to start consuming different things. That'll be on you, low-key, to just, teach your algorithm a little bit.
I got a question.
What's that? I always work. Instagram Reels is OP. Are you who's posting on Instagram Reels here? Wise. Bro, if you are not, brother, how do I tell you, right?
It's a big deal.
Let me tell you how remember TikTok 3 years ago? That is Instagram Reels today. And especially if you have an existing audience on Instagram, it's crack.
Really go up faster.
I agree, and then on top of that, I like the audience on Instagram Reels than I do a lot better on TikTok. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you, and that's why I don't be posting on TikTok like that often. And plus, TikTok is a kids app, so they got a lot of like rules. They be bugging.
Way faster. Not just on Instagram, but it just shares shit so well. Jeremiah. Okay, I will say, so all the social platforms don't like clipping culture. It's true, okay? And it's probably going to get nerfed at some point.
Probably because it's
most
easy
likely.
money.
They consider it unoriginal because it is technically not an original piece of content. The original piece of content is happening on stream.
It's me though.
No, I understand that, but it's still not original. Like, you did it somewhere else. You're just repurposing it. Yeah. So we don't know how long this meta is going to exist for. But while it's here, you might as well understand. A lot of people think the clip hit because it got views. All right?
Okay, here we go.
What's that?
You got like a different editor for like your gaming content style clips versus like your...
Yes, but we'll talk about that
that's
later.
a good question, actually.
So this is like a good concept that I think everybody deserves to understand. A lot of people think the clip hit because it got views.
Right.
All right? Who here has had a clip that went viral and then nothing happened because of it? All right, this is common.
Nothing happened.
It didn't result in anything. Like, it was a moment, then it passed. You know what I'm saying?
Like, it went viral and you ain't make no money from it?
Money, like it didn't transition to no views on the socials. I want you to pay attention to this and let me know what you notice.
Okay.
It was a lot of fun. But I left the house for a couple hours and balls have been pouring out the entire time. And you might think to yourself, like, how bad could it possibly be, Agent? It can't be that fucking bad. 100,000 balls can't be that bad, right? King.
So who cleaned that?
Yeah, who did clean that?
Chris. Nah, at the time he wasn't camera. He was doing something else. But if you notice in that clip,
okay,
your first thought is gonna be like, damn. Well, first of all, your first thought is Kai's gonna be mad. But then the second thought is gonna be, well, that's a pretty crazy thing to do on stream. You know what I'm saying? The clip is actually useful to you if it makes people think I should show up to the stream. Okay. Oh, there's some cool things that happen on that stream. If you collect enough of those, they will genuinely start to show up to more of those streams. Here's a second example of the same thing. Is it gonna let me click this X today? So you're gonna watch this clip and you're gonna think to yourself, oh, he's doing a 48-hour stream. Maybe I should tune into it. So your clip should naturally make people want to come to the content. You know what I'm saying? In fact, usually before I do a marathon, I'll at least do some sort of simple TikTok saying like, yo, I'm surviving in the Amazon for 48 hours.
I've got company.
So point is the clips can get views, that's cool. But the clips should get views and make people think, damn, I should show up to this. You know what I'm saying? So if your clip got views and it makes people think this guy's a asshole, then it didn't do you much good. In fact, it probably did you some harm. There's gonna be some mad people on Twitter and shit that just think you're a way that you're probably not. All right.
I got a question.
Okay.
I feel like I've grown at least 6 clipping pages. I know how to do it crazy good. I can get good views for all these captions.
Okay.
Why do you think, I feel like for me personally, and I heard a lot of people, why do you think when it comes to like Twitch,
Yo, let's hear a question.
why do you think when it comes to Twitch specifically, it is so hard to grow? Because I can get millions of views and understand the algorithm on all the platforms because I mastered that. But to actually get them over, I mastered the everything that you said, but it's hard to get them over because I feel like Twitch doesn't push you out. You have to collab. So the clips to me, from me personally, it doesn't translate versus like.
I get what she's saying a little bit.
Talk about the actor because being able, that's a very D's topic. But some of these concepts will help. Being able to apply short form and then what we'll
In
talk
other
about
words,
later,
that's a
these will
topic
help,
you
okay?
can't talk about
All
on
right, when it comes
Twitch.
to understanding content,
Since
this
it's
doesn't
about
sound like the
Twitch.
simplest thing you heard today, but on God, half the room's not doing it. Okay? A lot of people have the balls to do this part right here. You hit the live button. All right? And that's actually a big first step. A lot of people think about it, they actually don't hit the live button. But then after that, a lot of people skip this part. They actually look. They don't act what you're doing. They don't actually analyze the content to see if it performs. But sometimes they still actually.
See, and what would be so crazy to me is how hood niggas will be like, oh shit, yeah, like if guys in that and A&P could create content and just fuck around and like play football and shit, nigga, that's what we do all day. If they could smoke weed and get high on the stream and get paid from it, we could do that. We like easy peasy. And like, you know, maybe they will start content, you know what I'm saying? But most of the time they don't. And then if they do start content, they just post. That's it. They don't do no research. They don't do no hashtags. No, none of that. You don't know how many people I've seen when I was still making and getting paid off of music. Just post their music. No hashtags, no caption, no nothing. No imaging. No, none of that. Literally just the snippet and that's it. And a screen recording of the snippet at that. Not edited, nothing. And then they wonder why, like, you know what I'm saying? They don't get paid. Or like they'll expect to get paid from it within like fucking 2 weeks or something. And that's really if they even last 2 weeks being consistent.
Do we have any gamers in here that do gaming content? Right? Let's say you playing Valorant. All right, boom, you just did the content, you analyze the content. You know your stream doesn't like Valorant, okay? Maybe it's falling off, just watch now, we don't know, okay? You actually aren't making the adjustment. I've seen it so many times where it's like people are sabotaging themselves because there's something they want to do and it's technically not in line with what their chat wants to see. You streaming. At the end of the day, when you stream, you either entertain or inform. So if you're an informative nigga, then you could, you know, spew the knowledge, share, help people. But if you're an entertainer, you actually genuinely have to entertain. If you're doing something they don't want to see, you're selfishly entertaining yourself. But if you're here to talk about growth, you want to go light.
What that adjustment
Like not. Like explore. If things don't go well with that, you adjust. I used to be in the 2K community. I knew what it was like to rely specifically on one game. If the game was ass, what happened? Views were down. Nobody cared. It didn't matter how much they liked me. They wasn't going to watch content for a game they didn't care about. You know what I'm saying? You learn that lesson the hard way, and then once you get the momentum back again, now you start A&P. Now you start doing different types of content. You have to learn from these situations.
Okay, so I kind of have that problem right now. Like, I feel like I'm stuck in one game.
Okay.
So did you just, like, experiment and just do other games that were popular? Or, like, what kind of things did you do? Did you do things that were, like, just trending?
Yeah, so if you want to do games that you think have the same audience as that one, and try and create some appeal into that game. Okay. So what game do you play?
Marvel Rivals.
So you maybe like, I mean, Overwatch would be a shitty game to go to, but essentially, I appreciate it. So essentially you want to find a game that has a similar audience and try and create the most high appeal stuff you can lead with to make people think like, hey, this is not so bad.
Would you do like multiple games at the same time? Like, is it
explore, like what Jinxie did was a really good example. We'll talk about it in a second. Where he did Rainbow Six nonstop, right?
Yeah, he did.
But now he could kind of do whatever he wants.
Yeah.
He didn't start that way.
Yeah.
Like he experimented a little bit with certain games that had similar communities, and then he was able to, now he's so varied, he can play any game and it's gonna pull.
All right, y'all, we back. I was dying, but we good now.
There was a few people that pivoted away from 2K content.
Yeah.
And I studied the out of that. Like, I was on their page, like, he dropped this video, then he dropped this video, and then he went over there and did that. Feel me? But that informed me. So most of the time, the stuff you're doing, people done it before.
Okay.
Follow the blueprint.
Thank you.
All right, speaking about that, who here is not in a niche? You just do whatever, whenever. Okay? All right.
No, I mean like.
So I will say, the people that are in a niche, you have a higher likelihood to grow faster. There's other variables that can matter, but being in a niche helps a lot because it makes your content definable. When people look at you, they want to think, what's Suburb Baby content about? If they can't put a word on what his content's about, they're gonna struggle to with that content straight up. Yep. When you can identify what something is, it's easier to identify with it. Like, if I say Easy's a really nice person, I like watching streamers that give me a good vibe, now I know that's the type of content that I like. You have to be identifiable. Being in a niche makes that a little easy. It's not necessary, but it genuinely helps. Let me give you some examples. Jinxie, we talked a little bit about him a second ago.
Oh, I love
he grew
Dashy
exclusively
XP.
on Rainbow Six.
Man, y'all don't know shit about Dashy.
Nope.
Y'all genuinely don't.
He wouldn't touch another fucking game, right? Now he can play whatever game he wants. He could have went IRL. He could have did a whole lot of shit. He wasn't into that. Dashy is another good example. I don't know how many OGs here know Dashy. He's one of my favorite content creators. Before he ever had a gaming channel, he had a voiceover skit channel.
Sky does Minecraft. Y'all don't know shit about that. What?
And he dominated. He had millions of
HD.
subscribers. It wasn't until he dominated that field, he pivoted to something else. You'll see a lot in entertainment. 50 Cent dominate music, right?
Yep.
Then he's like, oh, what do I want to do next? I'm bored.
TV
now
shows.
He goes into film. He dominates film. Now you can do next. Be transitioning out of the niche before you conquered it. You can, but there's going to be a trough where things look a little ugly. You know, money slow down, views slow down. You could do that. I've seen it happen. Ron is a good example, right? Where Ron had a dip, but then he was good enough to where he was able to bring it back. And now, like, I saw him at 110,000 people at 4 a.m. yesterday. So it doesn't mean you can't pivot out of niches. Sometimes niches scare people because you think, oh, I'm a creative soul. I don't want to do one thing. I don't want to be in a box. Sometimes the box is nice. And just so you know, even when you don't think you're in a box, you just happen to be in a big box. Everybody's in a box. Duke and Speed, good examples of two NBA 2K content creators that grew to the peaks in their games before they transitioned and did other stuff. Duke doing lifestyle stuff and Speed obviously doing the IRL streaming. Okay, this is like pretty practical. The biggest streamers are doing it, and it's not a secret. The guy that's synonymous with YouTube is streaming on Twitch. The guy that's synonymous with Twitch is now streaming on YouTube. It's not an accident. Like, they're watching what's happening and they're making adjustments. Streaming exclusively to a platform that's not paying you is just like, that's kind of like only playing on PlayStation, but you could afford an Xbox and a PC. Like, you can, but you're gonna miss out on some stuff. So you might as well stream on all of it. We're on YouTube and Twitch right now.
But how can I do Twitch and TikTok? Because TikTok.
You can do that too. A lot of people do that too.
Like on this.
Yeah. It's just like the issue with TikTok is if you say nigga one time, you're out of there. Yeah. So that's, for me, it's like, yeah. Nah, they fry you. Yeah. Kai's niche? Early days, Kai did a lot of prank content, ding dong ditches and stuff like that. He was on campus, he was doing a lot of like datey type of style content. Then he was with us in A&P and then he started doing like IRL content. So like everyone kind of starts a niche. Kai's a little bit of a hybrid though. I wouldn't say he was in a clear niche. Yes.
I switched my niche fully.
That's good. And
I used to be hot tubs with girls. I was like slapping ass.
Yo, quiet down. Everybody listen to him.
I always raise girls, mad bitches, slapping ass. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mad
orange
bitches.
shit.
Bro, we don't call girls that.
And then
No, he's good.
I switched it to
He's not talking to you though.
Yeah, I switched it to all dude content, and I chill with the bros and have fun.
All right. In this stage, if you have under 250,000 followers, it's gonna be tempting to stream more.
That shit right there just irritated me, bro. You see how you know what I'm saying? He was keeping it a bean. Like, yeah, bro, my content, I used to be slapping bitches on the ass and shit like that. Oh, what? It's women. It's not bitches. And you could hear everybody saying it, but you could hear one dude louder than the rest saying it. And then when Agent was like, nah, he good, you know? Because Agent probably call hoes bitches too. All of AMP probably do. You know what I'm saying? Like, the fuck? So then when they saw that Agent was cool with it, then they wanted to pipe down. And then the same person that was just loud as hell, no, we call them women. It's only going to be like, yeah, go and then respond to a female who said the same thing and be like, yeah, but he wasn't talking about you though. Like, bro, if you don't, like, at that point, I could see why you a content creator. It's because you dick sucking, my nigga. That's
to come up with stream ideas.
That should just
I
irritate
promise,
me.
you need more short form ideas. This is what your day should look like. You should genuinely be spending 60% of your day on short form. This is not exaggeration. This is not shock value. In fact, it might be a understatement. I would dedicate maybe 40% of your time to streaming, 60% of your time to shorts. If you don't have a shorts person, that's okay. Make him yourself.
Is that clips?
Yes, yes, shorts, TikTok, IG Reels, all that, yes.
Is it gonna be on your own platform or can it be on the Clippers platforms?
It could be wherever, as long as people post it. Yeah, because shorts barely make any money anyway. All right, so this is, okay, I'm gonna do this for every stage just so you guys get a sense, because I know hiring is like a little bit of like nobody talks about it. But this is what my team looks like. So I have an operations guy. Yeah, he's in the tone suit. We got creative and camera, Marcus, but he's club director. Operations like get shit done. You know what I'm saying? So like, yo, we actually needed the stand built. He's getting a stand built. We need this for stream. We have this idea. Let's pull this off. He's the one that makes ideas. Like he gets the physical things to make the ideas happen, right? Tech. If you do, who does like a lot of IRL streams primarily? All right, there's a world where you might eventually need a tech person. Like if you start going to Amazon to survive and you know you have all these sets you want to create and you have all these segments, there's a world where it might be helpful to have a tech person, but not at this stage. A manager, this is the person, manager or agent, they want to get you deals. They help you with stuff, you know what I'm saying? Like from time to time, day-to-day things as well. Assistant, I know it sounds like assistant is like a luxury, but if you're making like over $1 million a year, I don't know how many people here, I don't want to pocket watch everybody, but there's a... you will hire an assistant and you will go, oh my God, I've saved myself so much time. What are you gonna do with that time? Put it back into the content. But so you're making way more than you paying an assistant because you freed up your time. So assistants, I know it seems like an extra, but genuinely is probably one of the more functional roles, but not yet. A channel manager / editor, it can help with shorts, but primarily these are people running your YouTube channel. You don't necessarily need that yet. Shorts, this is actually the main thing I would suggest. If you do have some extra bread and you're looking to grow as a streamer, this is the main thing I would try to invest in, okay? And then accountants and lawyers, once you get to a point, people sue you for everything. So you might potentially need one, but not at this stage. So next stage. This is like a little bit of the middle ground. In this stage, YouTube is the game. If you do not start doing YouTube, I promise, once you become a bigger content creator, you'll be like, I have no YouTube presence. I'm an idiot for not starting earlier. So this is the point where every time you do a stream, you're not just thinking clips, you're thinking, hold on, what's the video, what's the thumbnail and title gonna look like? Right. How am I gonna post it? Feel me? Right. And this is gonna be a big part of your distribution. One thing you'll learn once you get good at YouTube, YouTube's ceiling is significantly higher than every other platform by a long shot. Like I'm gonna talk about it. If you wanna be a huge content creator and you're not on YouTube, you're not that big. It's just that simple. Even if you look at Kai before he started co-streaming, his Kai Live channel is pulling millions of views per video. All of the biggest streamers have huge YouTube presences. That's not an accident. So not only does it have the highest ceiling, you stand to make the most money from long form content. Your appeal is a lot more global.
Okay, this stuff looks like it doesn't really apply to me, but depending on how this video does, I will be creating a part 2 or maybe turn this into a little mini series. So, cause I don't know about how you guys feel about my hour-long videos and shit like that. But yeah, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Shit, I hope you guys learned something because I know I did. Shout out to Agent. If you haven't already, please like, comment, and or subscribe. Thank you guys for watching this far. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. See you guys next time.